My nephew Tommy is here cleaning my car because I got to bring it back to Stingray, and he just gave me a heads up that I have a broken taillight.
Oh,
because I smashed into Amanda's car the other day.
Oh, did you really?
I wouldn't say I smashed. I need to widen my driveway. It's hard to get cars around other cars in my driveway. And I was backing out, and I'm trying not to run over the grass and not to hit Amanda's car. And, of course, she parks in the middle of the driveway like a dumbass. And I tapped her front, driver's side with my tail and then cracked my tail light, which I was unaware of. But now I have to drive to Plant City with a broken tail light. God knows how many times.
Yeah, did you see the video I sent the group the other day? This guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Too close. Too close.
Put a hair
Yeah,
between
listen,
us.
Yeah.
I like being close to you in all different forms.
And that happened in the dark when he pulled up.
Yeah.
I mean, I have lights on the car. It's not like I was pulling up with no lights on.
It's, respect it.
Yeah.
Respect it.
I played Go Your Own Way
Yeah.
coming back because it kind of comes into play in what's happening. If you doubt that this show has integrity, we had to have an off-air meeting here on the last commercial break to go over the rules of the death pool because we have some inside information.
Yeah, so Mo texted, and I guess he put this out on Twitter. He said, breaking news, I've reached out to Spike, parentheses, something I don't feel I needed to do because I don't live in a world where I have to apologize for being funny.
He should apologize for not being funny, yeah.
But to be the bigger man, this was his response and my acceptance, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, long story short, he said, breaking news, Spike out.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So none of us could take Spike. But that goes to say why Spike why he called in sick. He didn't really call in sick, but he didn't do Mo's show, but then he went and did Dom's show.
Yeah, I guess Spike
hold
was,
on.
He was saying that he wanted to have a little meeting before they did the show together, and they didn't have time to do that. So then he went in and did Dom's show and was going to meet up with Spike.
Mo said he was not going to meet with Spike. He's like, if you want to come and do the show, come do the show. We're not having.
I prefer to handle everything.
We're not having a meeting beforehand.
I don't want to have a meeting with anyone off the air because I don't want it to end in Spanish hugging me and crying. So we can do it on the air. That's fine. Like my parents. I will talk to my parents about anything in the world on the air. But if I talk about getting molested by a girl as a kid and my father goes, hey, no, call the show.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it, call the show.
It was a molestation.
My mother tried to talk to me about, not in great detail, but her boyfriend, and almost made like a sexual comment about their sex life.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, she goes, can I talk about this? I go, if you want to hear me talk about it on the air on Monday. And she goes, no. Okay. I go,
yeah.
I don't want to have any of those conversations.
Love Tiger is reclining right now. I just noticed he was moving a lot on the screen there. By the way, and this plays into my news for Mo that's coming up here in a little bit.
Look, there's somebody in there.
Oh, there is, yeah.
There's a nurse in there with him.
Mo's response says, well, I did my job in earnest around you for 2 years with negative energy and this is in quotes, vitriolic comments. So I find your statement funny, blah, blah, blah. He said, now in the immortal words of Fleetwood Mac's greatest hit, you can go your own way.
Oh, by the way, not their greatest hit.
Maybe biggest.
Maybe biggest, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the chain's good. I mean, who doesn't like that slow ass song that they
But
have?
isn't their biggest their greatest?
No.
No, not necessarily. It's their most popular. Most popular doesn't necessarily make it the best. It's individual opinion and stuff. But yeah, I would say that was probably their biggest hit.
Can I be really honest about something? He says negativity is the thing with Spike. I'm not there. I don't know, but Spike doesn't seem like a very negative guy. But let me just tell you what I mean. Like I don't think you guys feel this way, but somebody may. You can't be the leader of a show and work with somebody who doesn't want to be there or thinks he should be doing his own show. And I'll be honest, I think back of when I worked with Bubba at 98 Rock, and I could feel him getting annoyed with me because I was annoyed with him that he was so lazy and that he was so bad at what he was doing. And I was like, this is going to tank everything. I could be doing more. Why am I doing everything to make this guy funny when I could do this on my own? And I think he was like, you know what, go do it. Didn't go. You're fired. And I understand that because I wasn't negative, but I wasn't feeding into his garbage anymore because he was terrible on the air. So, I almost understand why he didn't want me to be there because I didn't want to help him do anything anymore. And then Brent would come in and kiss his ass every day, and that's what he really wanted.
So you're saying Mo is awful?
I'm saying if Spike has a different way of
Agenda.
doing things, different agenda, but it's not his agenda to do it. It's Spike's agenda. So if Spike doesn't like it, his choice is to leave and go do his own thing, or get fired and see if it pans out for him, because he wants to do things the way he wants to do them, and it's not his show.
Like
And I'm not
Mo
saying
is-
that's right or wrong. It's just it's not his show.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like, this is your show. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how we run. Like, and I know, like, like, if you want to do something, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
also
yeah.
Galvin could come to me and go, "Hey, what about this? What about that?" And 99% of the time, I go, "Yeah, that's great."
Right. But he runs it by you. He doesn't just come on air and says, "This is what we're doing now." You know what I mean?
Right, but
like,
it's not the same situation. Like, yes, you're right, Carmen, but that's why we get along. You know
right.
what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
I-
That's why this work. That's why our show works so well. Where I feel like
Also,
Mo
I
is-
understand.
So what you guys are trying to say is I'm smarter than Spike.
I mean, yeah.
But
I didn't think
also,
we needed to say
no,
that, Calvin.
no, you didn't.
Okay.
there was never a time on this show where I'm like, well, it's, I'm the reason why the show is number one. I'm the quarterback of a very talented team. And I'll say that every day. So it's everybody, even Joe, as bad as Joe is at what he does, Joe being bad is what makes him so great.
Thank
you know
you,
what I'm
Michael.
saying?
I appreciate
If
that.
we really
we
didn't
turn
like-
it into
Right.
greatness.
If we didn't, but I'm saying if
Joe's not doing it on purpose to make us.
Yeah.
right,
be able to
no.
do-
But his value comes through in different ways. His whole, what we found in Joe is a guy who should be an off-air, nobody knows his name video guy, is more of an on-air character than anything else, and makes me laugh every day. So that, and then
Thank you, Michael.
Like
I'll
just
take
you,
that.
though. You know
Yeah.
that, right?
What's that?
It's just
no,
you.
No.
he's a fashion icon. And Gio, who worked on every show at the station until I was
Nobody
like,
wanted him.
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
He's
no,
ruined-
because
Ruined every show.
nobody knows what you have to find somebody that recognizes what this guy is good at. You know what I mean? Gio's great at doing off-air stuff, but he's contributing on air and a lot of times in a way that makes him the bad guy when we're talking about politics.
What?
Well, no. Like when we're talking about politics and you're throwing out, you're not even being super liberal. You're just being you're being honest in what you see, and people are getting really mad at you. But that's good. Nobody wants everybody to just be like, we all agree.
Yeah.
So you're good to be a guy that people hate sometimes.
Oh man,
And
It's easy.
I'm comfortable with
and
that.
Carmen, can I just tell you?
I didn't like that assessment.
It's very easy.
Joe makes them laugh. Everyone hates you.
Yeah.
Gio.
Great.
And Carmen's the best story because Carmen joined the show as the dumb blonde 20-something-year-old, and now she is the bachelor's degree having
Highest educated.
highest educated unsung hero, does the most work, and is the most stable, owns her own house, has a solid boyfriend, does all this stuff.
Yes.
And Spanish is the psychopath.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
stay
He's
away.
the emotional
Stay away.
balloon that's about to pop.
Yeah.
Peaks and valleys.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
it's popped already.
We're all changing. We're all changing.
Yeah, man. It's
So,
it's an evolution.
I've always been a dick.
yeah. You win
And
for
funny.
consistency.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, Love Tiger got his juice.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
Yeah. If you're just joining the show, Love Tiger's in the hospital, and thanks to modern technology, we are able to stream it live. If you go to our Facebook page, the link is right there. You can watch it for free. Just click on it, and then you could join if you want to chat with him. But you don't have to join to click on it. Just watch him as he sits
You've
there.
seen the giraffe cam. This is tiger cam.
Yeah.
Yo, if he gives birth, I'll be very impressed.
Well, maybe that's why they put the pin in there.
He said earlier on the show, he said they put iodine on my legs and they put a pin in my penis.
Yeah.
And then I wrote back and used the D word for that. And I go, why'd they put a pin in your D? And they erased my
Oh,
thing. So well, I'm just saying you have to be nice.
Mhm.
Where is there a carnival or whatever? Is this the state fair? The Charlie Belcher's out somewhere.
Maybe
Yeah.
Strawberry Festival?
is the Hillsborough
No.
County Fair? I know all the fairs like they go one after another. It's like Pasco County Strawberry
Yeah, that
Festival,
doesn't look
State
like
Fair.
the fairgrounds right there.
Mm.
I
I
don't know.
think that fair is at the end of the month.
They never
Yeah.
tell you where Charlie is, but he's
I know.
somewhere that.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of Smitty's corn dogs.
Oh, yeah.
So we
Damn
said
it.
they never tell you where Charlie is, and we complained about it so much that then they started putting it up there, and then we took credit for it, so they took it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% what happened.
It's wild.
Oh
It's
my
wild.
God, dude.
It's crazy.
I wonder all these people that love Tiger that know him from his '80s radio show, if they've. I mean, I don't know what they're. This guy just wrote, "What's wrong with you? Have a coke and a smoke."
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I think
That
that's
sounds
very
cool.
good for a hospital. Just light up a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with Galvin. Love Tiger loves being here. He's relaxing.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
waiting on him,
Dude,
bringing
that's,
food.
think
Yeah.
about that. That is the cleanest, nicest
Yep.
place he's been in such a long time, and people are caring for him.
Yeah.
Come on.
He gets food. They give him
He is-
juice.
Nice
I
people to talk to.
I know this is going to come as a terrible surprise to all of you, but he's an awful speller.
Mm.
Featured Featired.
I imagine that he's going to fall in love with a few of the nurses.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
After news, two funny comedians who've been on the show before, Dave Williamson and Forrest Shaw, who actually has not been on. They do a podcast called The Mermen. Dave does Meet Dave. He'll be cooking out at Side Splitters tomorrow starting at 2 o'clock outside for a big podcast and cookout. And he's got a big hunk of meat from Prime Butcher. He's going to be making a brisket. So I'm going by there tomorrow for
Nice.
that for sure. I need to watch the master and working. It's
Pick up some
kind of
tips.
it's kind of like guitar players. Who was it that was Galvin that was saying? Was it Zach Wild? Somebody says when they go into town, sometimes they take a guitar lesson.
Used to be Randy Rhodes. Randy Rhodes. would
Randy
go,
Rhodes,
Yeah,
yeah.
everywhere he went, he would take a guitar lesson. He goes, because you can always learn stuff from people. you
Yeah,
know?
and even that guy, the top of his game, still taking lessons. That's how I am with the brisket thing. Certainly not at the top of my game, but I like to learn from everybody who makes it to pick up little things here and there. So if you want to go by, that'll be happening tomorrow at 2 o'clock. But those guys will be in the studio with us at 8, and then at 9. We've got Mike Cannon, Ian Finance, and Karen Fian going to be in here as well.
Nice. Yeah, by the way, you don't have to go by to learn. You can just go by to eat.
Oh, yeah.
If you wanna do that.
I'm going to go by to learn. Tutelage.
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. I am wearing my Ultras, which I've had a lot of people hit me up about these, and they went into Pelt and they got them, and they're like, oh, my God, these are the best shoes.
I love you. Bought me a pair, and I
Yeah,
love
the wide toe box. I noticed you're wearing the on-running shoes. Spanish has the Sauconys.
Yeah.
They have all of those brands at Pelt Shoes. You can stop in there and check them out. While you stop in there, make sure you sign up for the New Goals, New Souls sweepstakes that they're doing. New Year's resolution. Everybody wants to go out and start getting in shape and doing all that type of stuff. Well, Pelts is going to be helping you out by giving away 10 pairs of shoes every week, all month long, with all the brands that you love. So make sure you stop in there. There's no purchase necessary. Pelts has 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Pelts shoes, get them at Pelts.
Oh, man. Did you see the text exchange?
Yeah.
The whole, did you read it?
Yeah, but
The whole thing?
I was reading.
Oh, I didn't even, I don't like that Spike calls him Maurice. That bothers me.
Well,
right?
he's probably doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
It's
Trying to
his
touch
government name.
Government name.
I was gonna say Greg. Yeah. He's gonna do
Oh,
it. We do
man.
it back.
So do you think Will is in, like, in place of Spike?
Maybe
now
this is a tryout.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
We don't call anybody by their Gio. His name is George. We call him Gio. Spanish is Anthony. We call him Spanish.
Mhm.
I mean, like when I'm talking about, like when I call you on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Galvin is
Well,
Greg, and the only time I ever say Greg is when I'm talking to your brother or your wife.
right. But that's
Yeah.
my last name, so it makes
Yeah.
sense. Whatever. But also, you don't want to get caught in doing that. Like I used to always call you Cal
Right.
instead of Mike until you changed it to Mike Calta. Then I said, because Tony would go, "You're still calling him Cal," and I go, "Yeah, we haven't changed his name yet." I
Yeah.
go, on the day after the roast,
Mm-hmm.
I will call him Mike.
Yeah.
I go, I don't want to get confused and say the wrong name.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard for his Moose. Moose still calls me Cal because I don't know. It's
Bert
weird.
still calls you Cal.
Yeah, but Moose went from knowing me as Mike, then knowing me as Cowhead, and then having to go back to Mike.
Yeah.
But you were
confusing.
Cowhead for a really long time.
Yeah,
And
but I
I've
knew Moose
always
first.
called Moose Moose.
Right. Moose is Moose.
Yeah.
Pap Pap is Pap Pap.
Mm.
Very weird. Although I do call him Joe more than.
I call him Joe a lot too.
Carmen's my middle name.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You don't
Yeah.
even. Yeah, even your name's fake.
I can't repeat what I call Joe.
Out of all
What a
of this talk, Love Tiger, his real name. Love
Yeah.
Tiger.
No,
Weird.
no.
No.
That's wild.
I didn't know that.
Oh man, this Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is the Titus O'Neil of music right now.
He's smart, though, man.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
He's
Yeah,
got
but
one
you're
song
gonna
and
get burned
he's
out.
everywhere.
You can get burned out.
Yeah, I want to hate him, but I don't.
Yeah,
And his
no.
music isn't bad.
No.
And he puts on a lot of other artists, which you know what
Yeah.
I mean. Like he gives them a lot of chances, like a lot of upcoming artists. He puts them on his song because he's like kind of new to the country game and stuff,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. And then him and his wife are just like super adorable.
Are they though?
Yeah.
Is his wife hot? Did he get his
Yeah.
wife after he was famous? Or
No, got his wife
And she's
beforehand.
not hot. She's attractive.
Hot
but
for
she's
him?
Not hot.
I,
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
him.
standing next
Jelly
to
roll?
him. Yeah,
Like-
but I mean, big fake boobs, big
Like
fake.
Catherine
that's not
Blanford
hot.
would be not that amazed by the fact that they're a couple.
I got to look up his wife.
Man, he is
Her name's
big.
like Bunny
Yeah.
or something.
Ooh, it came up. Yeah, I put in Jelly Roll wife, and it came up Jelly Roll wife drugs.
Oh.
So,
I think they
but-
both were messed up,
Well,
weren't
he
they?
was-
Yeah,
I
and
talked
that's
about-
that's when they got together. They were sober.
Well, he was in prison, right? Wasn't that that's the story? Like he was in prison and then he got out and he was on drugs and stuff.
I don't know.
I don't know if he went to prison. I just know they were both like hardcore, like drinkers and like
Yeah.
That's
drug
what I mean, a man I
users.
met.
Yeah, she looks, right for him. Like, I mean, now that he's famous. And
Oh,
stuff,
she's hotter
very,
than I thought she was.
Yeah,
Right.
she's very like over the top, big giant blonde hair, giant boobs, tattoo sleeve.
But again, got together before he was famous.
yeah.
I don't understand face tattoos.
No,
Nah.
Like maybe one little one. Like I know a girl who had a little dot over here, and it kind of looks sexy, kind of like Kat Von D's. But I don't understand the.
have
on
you
the
seen
front of your
Kat Von
face.
D lately?
Yes.
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
Blacked
loving
out-
Kat Von
She
D.
blacked out all of her tattoos. That looks so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so weird. By the way, I stopped in Guitar Center last night and thought Orithani was in there.
Really?
Yeah, it was just some
Orianti.
Orianti. I just some like hot chick with blonde hair holding the guitar with a hat on and stuff, but looked a lot like
How do we
her.
know it wasn't her?
Could have been.
Oh wow!
I don't know. I don't even know. That's
You know
her
why I'm
name.
excited? I'm only excited because you know who's probably not far behind if she was there.
Richie.
Prince. Oh.
Richie.
Prince is dead. I mean,
Your next paycheck could be a tad bigger than usual. Even if you didn't get a raise or anything, the IRS adjusted tax brackets for 2024 based on inflation.
yeah.
So if you're making the same as last year or only got a cost of living bump, you might have a little less money withheld for your taxes.
I feel like there's a catch.
I don't
It's
know.
all going to
Yeah.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
The first couple of paychecks during the year really stink. They take so much money out in taxes, and then once you pay it, you hit a certain point, they stop taking it, and it changes everything. My wife curses Tony Burton every time she has to write him that check. The other day, she said to me, she came in, she goes, I know you don't want to hear this. And I go, yeah. And she goes, Tony Burton is ruining our lives. We walk out of the room. Not really, but because she has to pay him his agency fee.
Right.
So the fact that she has to take a large amount of my check and just give that away to somebody else makes her very angry.
Your
but
wife
do you
was in,
remind?
your wife was in here the other day and she was confused because we have an app that shows the paycheck and what's coming and stuff. And normally we see it on Wednesday or Thursday and it wasn't there. And she goes, it's not. And I go, yeah, mine wasn't there either. And then Gio told us we got an email like 3 weeks ago that they're switching the thing. So I had to switch mine over.
I didn't get the email.
So you pay Tony a big chunk of money, but he doesn't pay me a small chunk of money.
wow.
Very
He
interesting. I mean, he
did.
did eventually, but still, we had to
Chase.
Yeah.
chase it
I
down.
mean, we're never late.
Yeah. Did you put a chasing fee on there?
Should have.
Well, that's what we should make the rules for next year. Charge a VIG right out of the gate. If you don't pay the first day, it's another $50 the next day.
Yeah.
And it goes
Yeah.
up 50 every 2 days after that.
I'd vote for that.
Yeah.
Vote for that.
Yeah. I mean, you got to pay immediately. That's the way it goes.
I mean, look, Tony's. The truth is, it just slipped his mind. He wasn't ducking the money.
I mean, 24 hours. I
Lord
think,
knows.
fair.
I know how much he makes just from me. He's doing fine.
Well, maybe Baba Booey didn't come through with his.
Yeah.
Happy Quitters Day, everyone. Woo! The second Friday in January is where you statistically are most likely to abandon your New Year's resolution. About 80% of us have ditched it by now. Did anybody make any resolutions?
I'm still going forward with my diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is the resolution for your diet? Eat whatever.
Stop eating like a maniac.
Oh.
No, yeah,
Why
I
is-
even worked out.
Donut's been sitting here right in my face for like 2 days.
By the way, full
Yeah.
box. Nobody ate any of them.
Yeah.
Even
Aw.
Joey came in here and he looked. He goes, "What are these?" I go, "They're donuts." He goes, "I know, but can I eat one?" I go, "They're for my guest tomorrow. You can eat one, and then one will be missing." And he was like, "No, I'm good." I was like, "All right." Him too. Joey's trying to lean out, so he hasn't been eating like crap, but he's been working out every day. So not this Joe.
Yeah, I'm not. So my resolution is I'm not drinking until I hit a certain weight,
Oh, good luck.
Oh
Yeah. and I'm going.
Do you want
I'm
to let us know what that weight is?
No, I do not. But I am going strong. I have not drank yet because I have not hit that weight.
Let's
so.
guess the weight.
Carmen is 5'6". She's athletic. She has a good build. I'm gonna say.
Carmen, can you just tell us who came closest? Because I really don't know.
No, I will tell you guys the numbers. I don't really.
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
say
Yeah, I don't
Carmen's
care.
goal is 125.
Oh, she'll never be
There's no-
125.
Just said there's no way.
No
All
way.
right, well, make your guess.
Okay, so Carmen, how tall? 5'6"?
Yep.
You
Taller in
weigh
Spanish.
you weigh right now one. I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm just going by what
You
you're
told me
saying.
like a couple weeks
No.
ago
Did I?
at dinner.
A lot,
Right.
a lot can happen in that time.
You don't have to guess what she weighs now. Just guess what her goal
Well, I
is.
have
I
to
mean, you
figure out-
can.
Oh, okay.
Well, your goal weight's
Yeah.
135.
I think your goal weight is 130.
I want to point out, I think your goal weight's 135, and I think you're only like 145.
Okay.
I think your goal weight is 140.
125.
I already said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
120.
Do you guys want to guess how much I weigh?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Oh, I will.
147.
I'm gonna go a little bit more than that. Mike says 147. I say
Which, by the way, I think is fine for your body.
you're 155.
I'm gonna go 160.
Okay.
I'm going to go 143.
Okay.
145.
You guys, I really appreciate it. You guys
Oh,
are you guys
no.
are making me feel so good.
Oh no.
Oh,
I am.
Oh. 210.
Drum roll.
Drumstick.
I am 170.
Oh.
And you son of a bitches. And my goal is 155.
Oh.
And then I have other
Be bolder.
I have other goals after that, but you do it little by little, obviously. So,
Oh, man.
Carmen, you carry it fine.
thank you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also, those are more realistic weights, I think. For your,
By the way, let me
your
just
size.
point out that the high weight anybody guessed was Spanish 140, still 15 pounds less than her
Actual goal.
goal weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
well, because but I think that's a compliment because nobody thinks that not that 170 for somebody your height and is that bad. So none of us think you look that bad. So that's why we're all way lower.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. Like
I say that bad, but none of us think you look bad.
I appreciate it
And
because
we'd
like
love to pounce on you if you did.
listen,
Especially at 170.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. Listen, because that's the thing. That's the big like all the you son of a bitch. That's what all the trainers and people say. Like, you know, don't just go by the scale. Don't just go by the number because that will put you in a very dark place and a very hard place to get out of. But I mean, that's all I know.
Carmen, I have a T-shirt hanging in my closet
Yeah.
that eventually, whenever I fit back into it, is when I know that I'm where I
Yes.
want to be.
I have clothes like that too.
I have one specific T-shirt that I'm like, as soon as I can fit into that.
I have a whole section of my closet. I have different weights for each. I have a section of this weight, a section of this weight, a section of this weight.
So were you above 170?
No, that has been my max weight
Oh.
my whole life. And that's when like at first it was
You're
when
saying you're the fattest you ever were?
I'm the heaviest, not
Oh,
the
God,
fattest.
that should be. Imagine that. Imagine 170 being your heaviest. Good for you.
Oh,
Nah.
5'6".
Yeah, but still, I mean,
One-
that's not that big of a deal.
170, I was 9.